Leon Edwards, next opponent, the UFC Apex 100 main event. Let's start off with a potential matchup for February 2025, Vettori versus Allen.
Look, I'll believe Vittori's back in the ring when I see him back in the ring. This dude does not fight.
And Allen, I have no desire to see you fight again. Like, you need a year layoff.
Yeah.
Not because you need it, because that fight was terrible, but because I don't want to see you.
UFC Paris versus Nasruddin Imavov was a rough showing for him, to say the least.
He looked like an idiot.
3 rounds of just diving for his legs.
And it didn't work after the first round.
Yeah. And he had success on the feet, so it's weird he didn't have the IQ to switch up the game plan. But this fight is fine. It is, Marvin Vettori's still ranked number 7-ish?
Something like that.
So it's a pretty high-level middleweight fight. But again, we haven't seen Vettori fight for a long time, so who knows if he's still at that top level.
Do we think that Allen and Batista train together? Because they both don't realize that they should probably stop shooting takedowns when they don't work.
Yeah, they're both going to get cut next year.
Coach got to be fired.
Leon Edwards wants a fight before the end of 2024. Jack Della Maddalena should be healing nicely, having last fought in March. Is this the fight to make at 170 pounds? I've been telling you this for like the past week. Every single fighter wants to fight again before the end of 2024. What card are they fighting on?
And every welterweight wants to fight Leon.
Yeah.
They're all like, oh, this guy's not actually that good, bro. Give me Leon.
Yeah, it's like that belief where you realize, oh, someone else beat him, now I can beat him.
Bilal just ragdolled this guy.
Yeah.
He's a KO headshot merchant, beat some crappy old wrestlers. Oh, people are going to flame you. Usman's not a crappy wrestler. I'm just using hyperbole, guys. Slow down. You can touch grass before you go to the comments. Let's think about it for 24 hours. Let's breathe. And then we can come back and reassess the situation. So what do you think about a Leon versus JDM matchup?
I think JDM definitely has a very good chance in that fight just because of his boxing and his defense is very strong. And Leon, in a 3-round fight where he doesn't have a chance to get going, JDM might be able to take advantage of that.
I like JDM against basically every single welterweight. I think that just his combination of boxing with his grappling just makes him such a tough matchup for everyone.
Yeah.
You know, I think that he's a tough matchup for Leon, for Usman. I think he's a tough matchup for Bilal. I think he's a tough matchup for Shavkat. I think he's a nightmare matchup for Ian Gary because he's just better at everything than Ian Gary. So realistically, like, I'm JDM, I want this Leon fight.
I don't think there's any easy fight at the top of welterweight. That whole division is just stacked with killers. The matchups just have to be made.
And for some reason, we struggle to match make them.
Yeah. Well, the UFC does.
We just make everyone fight Stephen Thompson and Gilbert Burns.
That is so true. Stephen Thompson and Gilbert Burns are just like absolutely getting ragdolled by these guys coming up now.
We can also put Neil Magny in there too.
Oh my gosh. Fighting at Apex 100, which we'll talk about. All right, let's move on. We have Magomed Ankalaev and a John Jones story. At Shell Sonnen, you are right. I am the best striker in the light heavyweight division. If John Jones' opponents got injured, I will fight him also, and I will beat him. And John Jones just replied with a laughing face. Ankalaev has someone managing. It's Ali Abdelaziz. He's just having his account managed, creating random beef. This dude, look at his face. This dude does not even know he's in like Twitter beef right now.
Yeah.
He doesn't know that someone has said he'll strike with Pereira. He doesn't even know that.
Dude, Ankalaev is an underrated striker, but he's not the best striker. Like, he's not better than Pereira. He's probably not better than Roundtree after what we just saw at 307.
It's going to be interesting, Roundtree's next fight, because Pereira is the best striker in that division. Roundtree looked great, but gassed out. Mm-hmm. People are saying like, oh, if Roundtree had a gas tank, he would have won that fight. Dude, he used his gas tank.
Yeah.
He has a gas tank. He used it.
Yeah, and who knows how well he adapted to the altitude as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's fair. Not everyone has the money and the facilities to get there 3 weeks early.
So if Stipe somehow gets injured before 309, who do you want? Tom Aspinall or Ankalaev to step up?
Oh, Ankalaev, easy.
Oh, that's same here, man. That's just the best matchup I've ever seen. All right, our next thing isn't really a tweet or news. It's just a TikTok talking about the difference between Roundtree and Batista following UFC 307. Doesn't matter if you win or lose in the UFC. It's about how you make the fans feel. One of these guys will leave with lifelong fans, and the other will rot in the Apex.
This is so harsh. Rotting in the Apex. Oh, it's like, I imagine Batista like chained from the ceiling, kind of like in like a Harry Potter scene or something. And he's just like literally rotting there.
Yeah, like Batista, you're going to be chilling. He's lucky that the Apex is getting under construction because or else his next like 10 fights would be there. He'll get a couple fight nights.
Championship fight. He finally makes it to the top. You're on Apex main card, the third fight. Not even the co-main.
But it's so true. Roundtree is going to be remembered forever for this Pereira fight. Mm-hmm. Batista, no one's going to remember this Aldo fight in 2 months.
No.
And the only reason they would remember it would be from
how bad it was.
The bad quality of fight and the bad judging.
What did you think about my judging video?
Ooh, I thought you cooked on it.
Thank you.
You got a little worked up and never really see that side of you.
No, it was a solo video. It was weird filming without you. I kind of missed you. Injury update. I was worried when I saw this.
Because he's one of our guys, but...
Carlos Ulberg says he suffered a broken toe in training per Sky Sports New Zealand interview, but will not be pulling out of his fight in China. My guy.
What a dog.
He's not pulling a McGregor.
Oh, we need more guys like Ulberg.
Yeah.
He's going to be at the top once Pereira leaves light heavyweight.
Ooh, that's a bold take.
I don't think so.
We should do in 2024, like at the end, we should do like 2025 predictions.
I already have that video scheduled. I think that actually comes out on December 31st. So the last day of 2024, we're going to come out with our predictions for all of 2025.
I'm so excited.
You might hear this guy's name in it because we're both really high on him.
Moving on. Casual MMA posted Magny Ankalaev has one win since July 31st, 2022, which is Johnny Walker. Alex Pereira has 6 wins and 5 title fights since then. That's insane.
They not like us. They not like us.
Pereira is just on a different level than these heavyweights. He's like the champions from old where they fought every 3 months. It's so impressive.
Yeah, we're in an era of the UFC where champions just aren't fighting twice a year.
And people say, I've seen the criticism, oh, there's not enough pay-per-views for the champions to fight on, which is true because there's only about 14-ish pay-per-views per year, but you can put them as a co-main.
Yeah.
Right? We have women's, which should never main event a fight.
Yeah.
And then we have flyweight, which should never main event a pay-per-view card, and it did in 2024.
We'll be seeing probably at least 2 Abu Dhabi pay-per-views next year.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised. And, they give the money, so there's a chance you could see... I mean, the bantamweight and the featherweight is tough because those champions are... I mean, you could see Merab as the co-main of a big card.
But Merab versus Umar in Saudi?
Oh, that would be a main event. But like a Merab versus like a Figgy, that's not... That's a co-main of like a Tom Aspinall or a Pereira card.
That's true.
All right, moving on to our last piece of news. Carlos Prates versus Neil Magny is going to main event Apex 100.
Stinker. They had to pull out the stinker for Apex 100.
It's the Apex. What else would you expect?
I was expecting a big event for the 100th card at Vegas. I was genuinely expecting a good card. And then they pull this as the main event.
Wasn't this supposed to be on 310 too?
There was rumors all over the place.
I think
he was fighting like Randy Brown.
It was on 39, 310, random fight nights, and now it's the main event of UFC Apex 100. I don't know. I'm excited to see this fight. I think Carlos Prates is going to destroy Neil Magny.
He needs to do the same thing that Miles Morales did to Neil Magny. Spider-Man.
This is a quick turnaround for Neil Magny. There's that NBA player who just got a sweet Spider-Man tattoo. It's got like the Spider-Man like arm and then like leads into it. And that's his celebration when he hits a 3. But yeah.
That was a big... like a whale inhaling air.
That's going to do it for today's video. Remember to like and subscribe, and we will see you guys next time.
Peace.
Peace. I do peace. You do see you. When I see you again.